Okay, so this is going to be part two. I'm going to give you the tools, some tools that you're going to need to be able to comprehend this thing correctly or accurately, and hopefully, so you can, so it'll make it easier for some people to get through it because they seem to be having a really tough time and getting visually upset, and that's just really hard to watch. So, um, when you go back to that old saying, if you're aware of something and somebody else is not, and they get hurt or something, or run into trouble or whatever because they weren't, um, and you could have said something. That's the main reason I'm doing this. The second is there seems to be enough out there that there's nothing out there that's not out there already. So information wise, and the third is as like I said, that there's some people that are literally getting visually upset because they're getting so confused, and nobody anywhere seems to be communicating this correctly. And when I get later on into this, you'll see why. And it's just lower than the lowest of low. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, so I'm going to give you some tools that will help you to try to get along and understand this a little better, or comprehend it a little better, as I always say. And then we'll get to getting. Okay, people. So let's get some. These are going to be some tools that you're going to need to try to comprehend this thing a little better, or actually a lot easier, and to make it and more accurately. And this again is based on my own experiences and my own research and everything. And there's a few things that I will. That's probably going to be in, I guess, part 3 or 4 here. That will you'll know, because I'll call it piggybacking. I'll do my best to piggyback you a little ways here. Okay, so let's get some tools up under here. You need to, and you can download these. It's easy, and they're not long. It's just one screenshot, actually. You need to go find a Greek symbol chart or alphabet chart. Just the Greek alphabet, and the basic alphabet is fine. And numbers, you're going to need to get the same thing. Most everybody already knows pretty much, Roman numerals and things like that, but it wouldn't hurt to get one. Just don't overlook that, okay? Because a lot of people do, and I know that. I know that stuff. But it's not a matter of knowing that particular little bunch of information. It's knowing when to use it. The third is, and the Greek, and this one, the Latin. You'll probably end up doing a lot of this research as you go. If you can, you'll find a lot of similarities, but everywhere that I came across, and you can see it if you pull up Latin, people, it's known as the deceiving language. And unfortunately, or the language of be a supervillain, be a supervillain, or the backwards language, or the take your pick. That's not my words. Pull it up. And not necessarily looking at that, look at everything else that comes up with it. That's not me. That's just what it is. And it is I wouldn't recommend at all listening to it because it just sounds evil. I mean, some people, yeah, because well, you'll get this, you'll get it, you'll comprehend it later on, and you'll see what I mean. And it's those very ones that are, pushing the agenda, or so to speak. But it is the worst, most evil energies, sounding language. It's just anyhow. So, but either get a chart of that or be able to, use like a pocket translator or, or online translator or whatever you have. And then it's always good to have so you've got the Greek alphabet, basic alphabet and numbers, same thing in Roman, same thing in Latin, or just be able to look the Latin one up at least. Symbols wise, it's good to have basic symbols of what are known as like Hermetic symbols, Wiccan symbols or witchcraft symbols. When you pull up, or it's probably best to just pull up a symbol glossary, and you'll be able to just pull up some basic charts, and you can choose yourself just some basic charts of those, and that will help you with that. Also, as far as numbers, now you don't have to go make a big study of numerology. Just take the basic numbers, maybe 1 through 20, or 1 through 21, or 25 or 30, even if you want to, maybe 33. How's that? that's usually that's where I always want to. But anyway, just know the basic energetic meanings of 1 through 10, 11, 12, 13 at least. And then you'll hit spots as you go on up toward 33 there. But just know those basic meanings. Just ready yourself. Like part 1 of this is part 2. So part 1 of this was being able to ready yourself. Those of you who caught that one, basically it was zeroing out your mind and putting all your, just like you do a computer, you put all your information kind of over to the side, not hold, and then you put everything back one at a time as you confirm it and approve it yourself. And the other thing, the major thing, because there was 2 major things, was be ready for everything. And this is what I meant. Be ready. You're gonna have to, and I'm sorry, this is not me, but you're gonna have to be ready to accept the fact that there may be a chance that some of the things that you thought you might have known. I mean, well, I can do that for all this other stuff, but no, that's the way it is right there. It doesn't work like that, people. You have to be honest with yourself first. It doesn't work like that. So just be ready for whatever it may be, for anything and everything, to be the direct opposite of what you thought it was. No matter how, and I'm not saying everything is, I'm just saying just be ready and prepare yourself for that. Because trust me when I say you'll need to. Now again, I'm just trying to, this is through my own experiences, I'm just trying to make things a little bit easier here for, maybe the one or two who might catch this. So the wordplay, I'm just getting you ready for that. And that kind of has to do with something I'm getting ready to mention here. But other than that, so you've got your Greek table, your Roman table, your Latin thing. I don't even like to look at that stuff, but it's very important, and you need to be able to convert that. So however, if you use a table or a book or your computer or whatever, just be ready to do that. Your hermetic or esoteric symbols as well. Just look up a few tables of that, and I give you a few examples of those. Basic meanings of your basic numbers. That's so your number table basically. Or there's a couple other material things that you'll need. You'll need a color TV or monitor. And you will need one more thing. You will need a mirror. Now, trust me, people. The colors, yes, the color TV is important. You'll see why. But that mirror, if you've got a small one laying around the house somewhere, by the time you get to this next part 3, make sure you have it with you. You're gonna need it.